All right, so getting your own setup, your golf simulator at home, a studio, wherever, one of the biggest challenges is always finding a projector and then getting that projector set up. Now, what if I told you that that problem has been solved? With this projector here is 100%, I got it, I hung it, and I clicked one button on the remote, and all of a sudden the screen fit, and then I click one other button, and I was able to get it focused. That's all you need to be able to do, and I'm going to tell you how that happened right now. So in the golf simulator world, there hasn't really been anything that's gotten me excited in, anything recent, because I think we're kind of getting maxed out. Launch monitors, I'm not sure what else I would really want from one. Maybe just getting them a little cheaper, I guess that's where we could go, or having more options available. And then, from the other thing that's going on in the world that we're seeing in the golf space too, is we're seeing some like AI and automated technology features that are coming out. And those haven't gotten me 100% excited yet, because I just haven't seen something that is like, yes, that is really gonna help a problem that I want fixed, or I just don't maybe understand what's all going on with it. Until now, there is actually something that is helping a problem that I think we need fixed in this projector that we're going to talk about. This is the latest projector from BenQ. This is the AH700ST, and this projector is awesome because it has a couple of really cool automated features from BenQ that have really helped make this installation process easier. And so that's something we've talked about in the past. As we go through, we've talked about how BenQ has thought about the golf simulator space, and they've taken that to another level here as we go. Now, this projector, a couple of the basics before we get into the really cool stuff. It is a short throw projector. It also has the golf mode that we've seen on prior projectors. That is the default mode, and that's default built in on this projector. So this projector is designed thinking of a golf simulator, which that golf mode again is, blues and greens. We want those to really pop, colors that you really see on the golf course. That's the stuff that you want to be able to look at and see. It also is a projector that it's going to be a laser projector. 4,000 hours is what you're typically getting from like a bulb or a lamp projector. This one, you're gonna get about 20,000 hours. Just so you can think about it, 20,000, that's gonna be if you left it running every single hour of every day, you'd get about 833 days of runtime before it was to go out. Now, again, projector bulbs, those are gonna cost you quite a bit. You have to replace those in those projectors. So it ends up being something where you pretty much are almost paying for another projector when you have to replace that bulb in some cases as you're going through it. So it can kind of be a little bit of something that hurts a little bit. Plus, the picture looks better on laser projectors, so you have that going with it. All right, let's get into the really cool features. So the first one in this automated technology is the auto screen fit feature. So the way this works is, first off, you need to have some sort of a background or a border on the edge of your screen, some sort of contrast, so it can tell how much, where the screen is and where it's going to be putting the picture. So you can see I have the black border on my screen. That was what works, and then you go from there. You just need some way for the screen to be differentiated from the background as you're going. So keep that in mind. That's what makes this work. Now, from there, when you mount your projector, you just need to mount it so that it's a little bit bigger than the screen. This is going to be shrinking down the screen. It won't expand it necessarily. So we need to make sure that we're just a little bit bigger than the screen. In here, I'm 8 feet away from my hitting area. That worked really well. The other thing that's really cool is it doesn't necessarily have to be in the center. So I have this projector off to the side, directly above me hitting the golf ball. It will figure out and angle it all for you. That is a really cool feature. From there, all you have to do, you hit this button on the remote. When you do that, it's gonna pop up, say, all right, you wanna do this? You go ahead, and it just does its magic. It just works. It will shrink the screen, it'll shrink the size, and it gets it to fit as you need. Now, if it doesn't work 100%, which for me, it worked really, really good, but you do have the option to do 2D keystoning. You can actually do a little corner adjusting. That is still an option. It will have some zoom features, which you can actually access here on the remote. I can do that. Again, this is an optical zoom, not a digital zoom. So optical meaning the lens is actually moving. So as I do this and move around, it is actually, I can hear it moving inside the projector, which is what you want. That is going to keep the quality of the picture. And digital zoom, you tend to get like pixelated views and all that. That's not gonna happen here. So you can actually adjust all that. You used to have to climb up on the ladder and adjust all this stuff because it was up there on the projector. That's not what you have to do anymore. Now, you do your screen fit and then it's done. I then plugged in my computer and it just did it. I didn't have to go into any settings in the computer, nothing. I just said, here we go. This is the picture I got once I had everything turned on and plugged it in. That was it. Same thing with my Apple TV where I'll watch like sports and stuff sometimes out here. That just worked. The size was there. It was incredible. It was so cool. Now, this does work for your standard screen sizes. So 1x1, 4x3, 16x9, 16x10. Those are going to be kind of your more traditional ratios. Mine is pretty close to a 1x1. It's not exactly 1x1 and it still worked, but it's meant to work on those traditional sizes. If you don't have that size, you're gonna have to do some of that work that we did in the past, you know, going into your graphics card, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind as you're going through. But again, this is getting to more common screen sizes that you're gonna see out there. Another thing we do have on this is the quick focus, another automated technology. There is a button here. If I click it, I'm gonna click, you can see this BenQ pops up. The projector will try its best to get that BenQ in focus, and it does a really, really good job. Now, my screen, I do keep it looser, so what happens is it just, you know, it's a little wrinkly. If your screen's a little rougher, it's gonna get close, but if you say, hey, I just wish it was a touch sharper, you actually can just click left or right, and that will adjust focus. And again, I can hear it going in the projector. Another thing that we used to have to climb up, you have to adjust your focus. You're now doing it from the remote, and you can get everything dialed in exactly where you want it. So I can make sure I have a really, really sharp picture. So really cool to have all this stuff on the remote as you go. The last really cool thing that they do have with this projector is it is a wireless friendly projector. So you have a Wi-Fi dongle that you plug into the projector. Then you connect it, you go through some steps, you connect it to your internet at your home or wherever you're using this. And then the projector basically works just like you were doing like an Apple TV, or if you had like a Roku, you can now AirPlay or wirelessly connect with your device to the projector. Now this works really good for those that are using, let's say SkyTrack or Garmin R10, because you connect to your launch monitor with Bluetooth. You do need to connect to the Wi-Fi, go through the Wi-Fi to get to the projector. So you have to be on the same Wi-Fi as the projector for this to work. So keep that in mind if you're looking to connect for a wireless connection. That is just something you gotta make sure you're aware of. But that is this projector. This projector is really cool. It is solving a really huge issue. It is the projector I'm going to be using because I've never gotten a screen fit like I have with what I see right there. That is so good, and the picture of it looks so good too. I'm really, really excited to get back in here in the simulator and then utilize this projector just to have a great time playing golf again throughout the season and just practicing and all that. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I will link everything about the projector down below. You can check it out for yourself. If you have any questions, please leave those comments down below. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about what's going on and is this something that you're looking to pick up. Thanks everybody for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please click that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.